and go to work. And if they did that, that was my very long way of asking, do you see any liability for the city if they did that in any way?
I don't see it.
Okay, so let's reword what me and Mr. Sharp said. Instead of saying for 10 years we're not going to do anything, why don't we say we're not, right now we've got 3, I don't know what they call them, franchises or permits to pick up trash. We're not going to add any more permits to pick up trash.
We can do that.
For 10 years.
For 10 years.
I think we can do
And that's the same thing, it's just saying it in a way that it's not.
that. I don't know that you can bind future councils.
But you can hold those franchises, I guess, is that what they call them, franchises or licenses? You can hold those licenses, we got X amount, it's kind of like a liquor license, we got X amount of liquor licenses. We did it one time, but I probably don't have it.
We don't have any limitations. I don't know that there's anything against having limitations on.
So you could say, we're going to not add any more.
You could do that.
And then that would solve the problem that Marco's concerned about, somebody else coming in and being lower and stealing Sharp's business. And because obviously, Republic hadn't been competitors of yours yet. I mean, they're not really, no matter what their price is, whatever they've done, people don't like it, I guess, because if it's a price thing, everybody would have gone and done it. I mean, I was with Republic, and I never had a problem with them ever. I was with them for 20 years. And I changed to Friendly Waste for one simple reason, because a good friend of mine, Brian Mitchell, was part of it. That's the only reason I changed. And so, that's probably what a lot of people changed. Why a lot of people, it had nothing to do with Republic's ability to pick up the trash on time and every time, or the pricing. I mean, it was a friend of mine in the trash business, and I'm like, yeah, I gotta help him. Good, you know, I'm gonna switch, and that's how it happened, and that's probably that's how a ton of people changed at that time. I would guess if you look back when Wheeler got into it, y'all probably lost a lot of customers. And it wasn't due to some of the things, or what Brown was in it, and I never talked to Brown, but I was going Wheeler and Mitchell no matter what. It didn't matter what the deal was. Yes.
I'm sorry, there's an ordinance that the city council shall have the authority to limit the number of licenses issued under this section in order to preserve the health, comfort, safety, and welfare of the residents. Yada, yada.
But it didn't say how many.
No, it doesn't say how many,
Yeah.
but.
No,
exactly.
there currently is no way.
Right.
But it says the council can limit it.
Yes.
So
Could a number be implemented? Could a number be placed in there, or
Oh, yeah.
a time limit saying that we'll start with however many licenses there are now and revisit that in so many years?
I don't think it would be wise to put in an automatic revisit.
Well,
You change things when times change, when circumstances change. I mean, 10 years ago, you wouldn't have been thinking about what we're doing right now. 10 years, 5 years from now, circumstances are going to be changing, and you got to give yourself the leeway to do that. Now, that doesn't mean that if you limit the number of licenses to 2, the number of carriers to 2, that somebody's going to change that in 2 weeks. Circumstances don't change that quickly, and things don't get changed that quickly.
what about if you didn't limit the number? You could have as many as you wanted, you could add them at any time, but you just couldn't do away with a license. That would, within a certain.
I think you could say that it would never be less than 2.
Okay, but I mean, because I think the problem now is concerned that if you come back with a new council and they say, let's go forward and see if we can get a citywide, one company citywide, then you have to go down to one license. You couldn't issue 2 licenses at that point.
Right.
if you keep it a minimum of two, then that would prohibit the council from
Right.
going forward
But
with
there's-
one company
there's-
without, at least without changing that ordinance first.
Change, but again,
Yes.
you can't put that type of restraints on future councils.
Right, but they could go back and change the ordinance, but that, at least then it would be a two-step process instead of.
Right. Yeah, I mean, you can make the change more difficult to do.
It's just super majority vote, right?
What you can have in, you know, say,
And-
5 years, the council turnover and the mayor turnover, and they come in, well, they think it's a good idea, we'll go back to one trash again.
Yeah, I mean, but then you're gonna have to deal with consequences.
Right. And I don't think that'll happen.
Look out here.
And you're gonna have to deal with
I don't think that'll happen.
consequences.
Would the easiest thing not be just to reject both bids, period? And
I
leave it
think
the
you
way
need
it
to
is?
reject that in
I
the
received-
contract.
I was a friendly waste customer, and I received a bill last Friday from Sharp saying that until further notice, we're gonna do self-billing. And I paid my bill. I'm assuming that there were 4,000 plus other people in the city of Kent who received a bill from Sharp saying, we're gonna do self-billing, here's your bill, it's $22 a month. Can we not just leave it? It seems to me that the question has been, what happens to friendly waste? And I asked that question a while ago. If things remain the way they are, does Sharp still purchase friendly waste?
Is that really not beside the point?
No, it's the point.
What if
It's not
2,000
beside the
people
point, it's
went to
the point.
Republic?
The whole reason.
Absolutely.
Mr.
So therefore, this whole process is screwed up a lot of stuff.
Exactly, which is exactly why the bids need to be rejected.
But, you know, he's already, you know what, it doesn't matter. Whatever. Yeah, whatever y'all want to do, let's do it. Let's rock. Because we got a bunch of people that don't know what to talk about trying to run a trash business, so let's just do it. I sound like Jamie now telling y'all to read a book. Sorry.
I'm not exactly sure what you're talking about there, but regardless,
Jamie.
it seems to me that rejecting the bids and leaving things the way they are.
Chairman and I were discussing where we need to pursue from here. And I will stand with my recommendation that we, but we'll have to vote on it, is that we reject those and go back to the way we were, have 2 trash pickups, and people choose who they want. And then it'll be the council's decision whether they want to accept that.
That form of motion.
I'll make that in form of motion.
I'll second that.
So I guess we vote now, and I can't vote, so
Yes, you can.
I can't vote.
Yeah, I think
You're one of the voting members.
you're one of the voting members.
Okay, well, I vote to do that.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
I'm not on the committee. I'm just here. Abstaining. Yeah.
And just for the record, County and I did not ask to be on this committee. We were placed on this committee. We both knew about it the same night that we walked into the room, so there was no
Now you're throwing the
conversation.
rest of us under the bus.
Actually,
I was out of town, so we don't go out of town when something important happens, because this is what happened. But so next, Tuesday the 7th, then we will,
So what effect does this have on Mr. Wheeler?
that's between Sharp and Wheeler, I don't know. I
And
don't know.
if they lose 2,000 customers, that could affect that other business, of your local business.
Absolutely.
I don't know what that does to them and Wheeler, but before all this came up, they were separated. And now they're together, so I don't know, that's between Wheeler, that's between them. I don't know if they got contingency, if this was the situation or not. I don't know. But I do think, furthermore, we should entertain the option of limiting the licenses to two or however.
That is another recommendation that can be made to the council as well.
And that was something to think about, because that would protect the two people that are still expanding.
But what if Friendly comes back in?
Friendly can come back in.
But if you knock it to two, you can't.
Did we decide on two?
That's what I'm saying.
It's not, the decision's not been made for two.
Were you gonna limit it to two or put
No,
a floor
there
of
you
two?
go. That is not, that is
Oh,
not been
that's what I'm
discussed.
saying, is it
Not less
floor
than
of
Two has
two
been mentioned,
that you're talking
Not
about?
less than two.
yeah, not less than two.
And we could put it, but not more than three.
Yeah.
I mean, that's where I see the problem, is when you start putting a cap on it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Good. Come back a motion to adjourn.
Sure. I'll second that.